Firearm-related offenses are not to be taken lightly. Given the danger to human lives, it is understandable that law enforcement takes firearm offenses seriously. People who are afraid of being caught in the act of these crimes frequently resort to desperate measures to conceal the instruments of the crime. This means that some people have hidden their firearms in unusual, even amusing locations. This video investigates some of the strangest locations where people have hidden firearms. Raw chicken. In 2022, a record number of firearms passed through various TSA checkpoints across the state of Florida. These acts reached a climax in September 2022, when the TSA announced on Instagram that the plot chickens had been foiled after someone attempted to stuff a fowl with a firearm. The incident occurred on September 27 around 6 a.m. at the baggage scanning facility at Fort Lauderdale's Terminal 4. The alleged perpetrator was on his way to Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Even if the suspect is not arrested, the penalty for such an offense can exceed $13,000. The TSA requires firearms to be packed in checked luggage rather than inside a bird, and other firearm-specific regulations must be followed. Aside from the dangers posed by firearms, raw chicken contains bacteria such as Salmonella and E. coli, which can spread on surfaces. While raw chicken passing through the baggage claim may appear to be an isolated incident, it is not. TSA discovered another raw chicken, this time without a firearm, on a luggage carousel in Seattle in 2021. A gaming console. Sony stopped manufacturing the Sony PlayStation 2 in 2013. However, the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey discovered parts of a firearm hidden inside a PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 2 game, as well as other items in the man's bag the following year. Officers were first alerted to the fact that something was amiss with the item after it passed through an X-ray machine. Law enforcement discovered several pieces of a .22 caliber semi-automatic handgun, as well as a tripod inside a PlayStation 2. The PlayStation 2 game's box was titled Nicktoons, Attack of the Toybots, and featured a picture of SpongeBob SquarePants and a swarm of cartoon characters ready to fight. When police removed the bottom of the PlayStation 2, they discovered the firearm parts. The suspect was on his way to Mexico City when he was arrested on weapon charges. A donated sock. In 2014, a worker at a Chicago thrift store was tragically killed when a firearm hidden in a donated sock went off and a bullet struck her in the chest. The woman was mortally wounded while sorting through various clothing items at a unique thrift store in Chicago. A male coworker discovered a sock with a heavy item inside and emptied it to discover that it contained a .22 caliber handgun, which later went off and killed the female worker. It's unclear how the gun ended up inside the sock. Every year, a large amount of donated clothing is discarded in the United States for a variety of reasons, including the potential harm it may cause to future wearers. Approximately 25% of donated clothing ends up in landfills, while the remaining 40 to 50% is exported to the secondhand industry. This means that 25 to 35% of donated clothing remains in stores, while only 10 to 20% of donated clothing is sold in the United States. A hair weave. A woman in Raleigh was arrested in 2014 after it was discovered that she could have smuggled a gun into the Wake County Detention Center by concealing it in her hair weave. The woman was arrested during an early morning raid at a Raleigh nightclub and charged with resisting an officer, carrying a concealed weapon, and possessing a stolen firearm. It is unclear whether the gun used to start the charges was the one later discovered in the hair weave. During a court hearing, the weapon was revealed to be a small Derringer. When the Derringer was discovered, the woman was still in the detention center's booking area and had not been processed. The department later reviewed its policies to see if they were fully implemented and if any policies needed to be revised in light of the incident. The woman's bond was later increased to $65,000. A DVD player. In 2018, a New York man was arrested after a firearm was discovered hidden in a DVD player he had checked into baggage at JFK International Airport. The 9mm handgun was wrapped in foil and placed inside a DVD player. The firearm was not loaded when it was confiscated. The man was detained at his gate before boarding a flight to Mexico, and he was later charged with weapons violations. Various stories have been told over the years about various objects hiding in DVD players. A couple in Pennsylvania's Lycoming County was awarded more than $20,000 in 2021 to settle a lawsuit they filed against a former Penn State University roommate. The couple's roommate gave them a DVD player with a hidden camera that secretly recorded them changing and engaging in sexual intercourse. So these were some of the bizarre places people hide firearms. For more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to FACTgenics on YouTube. I'll see you in the next video.